Ornn is a possibility for them to be their fourth pick, because it would be very, very good to set things up for the Camille and for the Hecarim to follow up.
I feel that Jess wants to play the Ornn. He's wanting it.
Yeah.
He's raring to go at it.
Asking for it.
And this is a very flexible lineup coming in from BRU. I know that they still need to draft a marksman, which I think is possibly just going to be a Tristana, right? Like just to round up everything for BRU. Because you see the amount of investment to ban away a lot of marksmen that we have in the meta. I know Kai'Sa is still available. I feel the Tristana presents some more security when it comes to mobility. You can rocket jump away. You can also even use the Buster Shot to push away any threats. And that's also a good way to counter the Aatrox.
Yeah, but one thing as well, with the amount of peel as well as midline access for BRU, right? They have the Ornn to defend any immobile carrier, any semi-mobile carrier, as well as the Hecarim. I was thinking Zeri, but Zeri is banned, so Kai'Sa could very well be that champion. It's gonna go in. BRU's comp is just go in and go in hard with as many tools that they can on the composition of Cerberus Esports. Well, Cerberus Esports has a lot of damage, has a lot of AoE as well. Aatrox, Sivir, Akali, and Renekton, all of these champions deal AoE damage. So it's gonna be a clash of two similar styles, but it's gonna come down to execution. Who can get the better picks at the start of a fight?
That is the answer that will be answered by the junglers. Y1 was too good in game number 1. Meanwhile, Valdez returned the favor in game 2. So game number 3, all eyes on the junglers as to how they will be influencing the early game. No Tristana though, which is sad. I was thinking Tristana just because we're close to New Year's, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I get you.
Buster Shot, explosions, fireworks.
Yeah, explosion, fireworks. Yeah, fireworks. Just it would have been nice. But yeah, in terms of like, I'm thinking about the overall composition, I think Zeri would have been the best choice, honestly, for this side.
Yeah, but Zeri was banned though.
Yeah, Zeri was banned. Xayah was banned as well. Xayah would have been as perfect as well. So BRU now has to play with what they have, and I think. Is Golden Feet the one? Where is Golden Feet coming in?
Golden Feet is playing Kai'Sa. Cat type will still be playing Orianna, and this is the way to go, right? Again, just have Golden Feet, go back to the Dragon Lane. This is where you are good at. This is where you should play. True.
It's familiar. It's familiar.
Now, BMM and company will be spotting a war that was planted by Cat type. That's information provided to the members of BRU. Now they're trying to go for a sneaky golem steal. Or possibly just make sure that Y1 will at least be disturbed with his pathing, but none of those shenanigans, and it will just be a very standard start.
Yeah, I think for BRU, they maybe thought about trying to spot out where the Aatrox is going to start. It was going to start in Krugs. I'm not sure if What just was able to spot that out though, but Cerberus Esports now really investing in a lot of anti-vision. Red Trinket we saw earlier in the hands of Y1. Now Red Ward has been dropped into the bush to deny vision from BRU. So this now indicates that Cerberus Esports is gonna put a lot of priority into the bot side, especially when it comes to vision.
Oh man, on the top lane though, this is a very... I would say this is a very familiar matchup, right? Like, oh wow, okay, just using the Ignite to prevent some healing against Thipper, and that's actually one way to do it. I believe it was Azar that taught me that quote-unquote strategy. Taku! One more hit from the minion! It's not enough! Oh man, Thipper, less than half health, and no more there is a flash available for Taku, and I'm sure what... Oh wait, hang on, Thipper! Oh, he knew that the bone plating was available, and so that was too close for comfort.
Yeah, but Y1 is here, is already on the top side. He might be able to catch Thipper.
Yep, it was immediately spotted by Valdez, but that delays a lot of tempo from the Baron laner of Thipper. He was not able to go back. Meanwhile, Taku is still able to push in the wave on the top side.
Yeah, so many things happening right now on the top side, and that's why they invested so much vision in the bot side, because they want to put a lot more attention to the top side, try to put Thipper behind, but what the Jess?
No, Golden Feet, this is not the same Lucian, which is basically a very strong Dragon laner, Kai'Sa. is does need at least one item to present some dueling threat, and that was immediately capitalized by Cerberus Esports.
Yeah, good answer from Cerberus Esports. A failed bait to the top side, failed kill from Taco to finalize the kill on Thipper. On the other side of the map, CS was able to convert, getting the kill on Golden Feet. But this top lane matchup between Thipper and Taco is just so close, as you mentioned, right? The ignite being invested by Taco to put Thipper behind it really put off the momentum as well as tempo. But Taco still having more answers. It's just not one thing, just not one trick. It's not one trick, right? It's just a lot more backup plans to try.
Are you calling me one trick?
No, not you.
I am one trick.
I know.
Valdez,
Okay, Valdez.
And that will be a pushback against a Keno. That will also be the knockup coming in. But Valdez did not expect a retaliation. BMM with the perfect execution, 2-0 in favor of Cerberus Esports. They're not yet done though. They want some tower plates here in the ball link, and they do it. Y1 is here to present another threat. World Enter to just lock down Golden Feet. That's 0-2 and 0 on the Kaisa, and that's problematic.
Yeah, that is very problematic. This Kaisa is now so far behind. As you were mentioning, Kaisa needs a couple of items. She scales really well to the late game, but if she can't have those items, if she can't scale to the late game, she's gonna get killed over and over by the Aatrox, by the Silver. See in the replay right here, Golden Feet was again the only target in the eyes of Cerberus Esports. They want to put Golden Feet behind, not only in draft, but also in the game itself. They keep bullying Golden Feet here, and that has accrued a 2.5k gold lead now for CES.
Now, this is so hard to come back from. If you're Golden Feet, you need a team fight that will just net you at least 1 or 2 kills to get back into this game, because you're seeing Genza, although it was not converted into kills, it was still 3 assists in favor of him. You look at his XP, he's close to level 7. Comparing it to a potential level 6 Kaisa, that's not how you want to start this game. And Cerberus Esports is just pressing the pedal to the metal, as you're seeing right now. You know, they want to go in and plant some vision wards ahead of a potential Rift Herald fight.
Yeah, BRU, I don't think they have any. They shouldn't have any plans on trying to challenge whatever objective the CES will be prioritizing at this point. They're just really that far ahead. BRU just need to try and play this a bit safer. Dragon is a good opportunity for them, but there's going to be fights all over the map.
Thipper though, enough mobility to go away, to get away from Taku's Renekton. Also helps. Wait, hang on, Valdez using the onslaught of shadows, pushing back Genza, and that is a kill that heads over to the Kaisa. Very much needed retaliation for BRU. Not yet done though. It's Cerberus Esports. BMM using the Twilight Shroud is just zoning away the members of BRU. Good shockwave though, and that will be a 50-50. Valdez secures the objective. Y1 though, he wants to deal damage here. 2v for Kendo, and Y1 tag teaming here. Valdez almost down, but not enough. BRU's kiting saved them a whole lot.
Yeah, it saved them, but in the end, it was Cerberus who was able to actually grab the Dragon as well as Tier 1 mid lane turret without even dropping Herald, I believe. And that's Cerberus just getting a lot more gold into their pockets. Looking in the replay right here, great catch from BRU. They were able to immediately jump on top of a Keno and Genza, taking them away. But BMM was able to provide enough of a distraction to wait for Y1 to get into this fight. And as soon as Y1 gets into this fight, CS turns around. Shockwave is used, but look at this. It's going to be the smite first from Valdez with 200 HP, while Y1 gets the finishing smite on the Dragon. And BRU is just so lucky here to get away, but at the same time, CES already got everything that they wanted from that fight.
Yeah, I thought for a second it was Valdez securing the objective, because I'm so used to him playing the Aatrox. It turns out he's playing the Hecarim, and he's good at running, for sure. They were able to run away from harm's way. But it's not enough to even up the fight. Cerberus Esports gets the first Dragon out of the game. The Rift Herald, I believe, was already consumed by CES, and I think it was used in the mid lane.
In the mid lane.
Yeah,
probably. It just didn't survive when the tower fell down.
Because it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, you are in the Kali and you won't be able to push a tower right in the mid lane for sure.
That's true, that's true. And now Zipper is seen here on the ward, so CES very well knows where the Camille is at this point. Well, CES is just free to take the tower now on the top side. CES has so much control over this game. It's not only in terms of objectives, but also gold. It's going to be a 6k gold lead right when the tower does fall. So the early game right now is going to be clearly in favor of Cerberus Esports. And they have such a good composition to extend leads because they have an Aatrox, they have a Sivir, the combo we were talking about in the draft of Game 1. If these two champions can link up together and catch people on the side lanes from BRU, that can just tilt so much of the favor towards CS. They can get objectives in, push towers, and that is a clear tool that they can use to snowball this game into their favor.
I guess you can call it World Ender on the Haunt combo, right? Like, that's 5 words, but yeah, I just want to make something out of nothing. Now BMM is going to get caught though. Onslaught of Shadows, Fear connecting, but he immediately flashes away. Golden Feet goes for the killer instinct. And this could be the team fight. The BRU won. That's 1 kill. Make that 2 already. Genza could just follow through Valdez. Enough mobility into him. There is a return kill though. And look at Y1 kiting. Here are the members of BRU. Finally, Thipper shows up. Hextech Ultimatum. And BRU is back in the game.
Yeah, BRU able to answer back, but only the top side is where there is a push from the Renekton. But on this replay right here, yeah, BM was just caught out by both What the Jess and Valdez, and there's just a great punish right here from the members of BRU. Golden Feet also using the ultimate of the Kaisa to be able to get into the fight. And at this point in time, Cerberus Esports, all they do is run. Y1 tries to go for the fight. He has a lot of damage. He may be able to get the kills, but the thing is, everyone has flash. Everyone has the tools to get away from the Aatrox.
Exactly. And that it was because Valdez was too fast for him that he was the one that tanked the tower shots. If it was Jess, he may have survived that bit. It could have been a very clean 4-0 in favor of BRU. But I mean, BRU should be happy with what happened there. This is still a very experienced, and even if the opposing team does have the advantage, they will continue to grind and fight, and they will not go down quietly without a fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I really love how BRU is looking right now in this since Game 2, right? Even though Game 3 they are a bit behind, Golden Feet has suffered a lot of deaths, but yeah. Keno, Y1 here.
It is being baited, and so now Keno will be targeted by the members of BRU. Goes Golden though. Valdez at the forefront of everything. And you see Jess goes for the charge and the lockdown. Hextech Ultimatum. Shockwave not hitting anyone. But that will be the retaliation that Cerberus Esports wants. You look at this Sivir on the hunt, and Golden Feet is on the run. Boomerang Blade to complete it all. Cerberus Esports is back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and what a roller coaster of emotions these two teams have been throwing at us casters right now. Buriram having a fight win earlier, and now Cerberus Esports throwing it back towards Buriram. Forcing the issue here was Buriram. They thought that they were able to catch out Akeno cleanly, but that stasis was able to buy so much time from Cerberus Esports. Still, it felt like this fight was being won by BRU, but the AoE damage, look at Genza, free hitting all those ricochets, all those boomerangs, hitting the members of BRU, and BRU has no resistance against that. All the damage being thrown right here by Cerberus Esports, winning them that fight, getting them the second drink of the game.
I feel Shockwave was preemptively used here by Cat-Type. It could have been the disengage tool needed by BRU to run away without any casualty. But because of the early investment, it was Cerberus Esports running away with things. And I thought for a second that Hecarim is good at running. At least in that interaction. That wasn't true. Now Cerberus Esports is nursing a 5k gold lead. Also has a 2 dragon advantage, which they can in turn convert into a dragon soul in a bit. And we all know how good Ocean Soul is, especially in a marksman like the Sivir, right? Enough sustain can win you the game.
Yeah, enough sustain, but right now blue buff might be being fought over both of these teams. Okay, with the hook not hitting, I think there's just going to be a disengage right now. Buriram will not opt for these kinds of fights. They will need to look for a cleaner engage, which will be started by What the Jess.
And that's the Onslaught of Shadows to just scare away Y1, but that's heavy investment. They know that BRU's jungler is now without an ultimate to engage. Cerberus Esports will just be happy with what happened there.
Yeah, right now it's even though there was Onslaught of Shadows being used, Cerberus Esports not responding to that as much. It's more of Cerberus Esports right now just laying the foundation, laying the groundwork, putting down the vision, waiting for BRU to be in a misposition. Because we just saw right now, panning across the map, we saw a ward in mid. We are also seeing a ward right now in that bush near the red buff side for BRU. So CS now knows a lot of the movement from BRU. They may be able to catch people here, but most importantly, they're able to spot out Baron.
Flipper needed to use the flash, and that's big.
Yeah.
Yaku, just by himself, using the dominance to dominate his opponent, and that's been the story of the game so far. Now, Golden Feet and BRU will have information that this Baron is already being started, but there is no ward inside the pit. This is the control that Cerberus Esports really has as a team. They're very experienced, and BMM going for the assassination. The Shuriken flip is going to attach onto Golden Feet. Goes Golden though. Akeno for the follow through. Akali goes down. And this is a fight that Genza would love to finish. On the hot as being proc, enough morale to just boost his team. And Cerberus Esports once again runs away with a team fight win.
Yeah, they just barrel through BRU at this point, even though BRU had what felt like a good disengaged. Golden Feet was throwing so much damage on the Akali, but in the end, Cerberus Esports still wins out on that fight. And now BRU are back onto the map, challenges Baron.
Valda's still alive. This is still a 50-50. Akeno, no mana for him. He's trying to survive, and finally the turn is here. That will be Valda's going down. Flipper by himself cannot do a thing in Cerberus Esports. Beyond it all now, no jungler available for BRU. This is the easiest Baron takedown. Unless Golden Feet has something to say. No, can't do. Oh man, Cerberus Esports with the Baron buff, they can just run away with things, even secure a soul once again.
Yeah, going to the replay right here. I feel like we're gonna start at when Cerberus was baiting BRU into this fight. BRU really has no choice. They really need to get in here. The most that they can do is deal damage against Cerberus Esports. Look at the position of Taco. Golden Feet couldn't even move forward with the threat of the Crocodile on the side, leaving both Akeno and Thipper. The Jess and Thipper just to the hands of Cerberus Esports.
And so now the problem continues to stockpile for Bariram United. They wanted this win to even out their record and to have a better chance in securing the playoff spot. But Cerberus Esports is denying them over and over again. And now it's trying to threaten a push with the Baron empowered minions here in the bot lane. A tower was easily eaten, and that's the soul that we were talking about. Desperation play coming in from BRU. They will be able to get one, but they need more.
Yeah, they need more. All lanes are being shoved right now. Thipper going in.
Genza is going to get targeted. Hextech ultimatum with the shockwave. No shockwave there. Ooh. And you look at BMM. Perfect execution onto the middle of the team fight. Gets one, and that's enough space created for Cerberus Esports to take down the tower here in the mid lane. Top lane tower also in peril, and that will be 300 HP gone in an instant. Cerberus Esports is feeling it right now here, Crazy Apple.
Yeah, they're certainly feeling it with 12k in the gold lead, taking out 2 inhibitor turrets right now. BRU is left in shambles in their base, trying to defend, while they also have the Drake soul right now for Cerberus Esports. They can reset, they can lick their wounds. They now have the choice. Wait for Bariram to come to them, wait for Bariram to make a mistake, or force things in an Elder Drake fight, which will be coming up in less than 2 minutes now. It's going to be on BRU to maybe try just getting a pick off, but it's so hard with no vision because Cerberus Esports has been in so much control over the river part of the map. There is a ward that BRU was able to sneak in, but other than that, it's just Cerberus Esports total control over the map.
Genza doesn't even have to go home. Him going home is just about buying more items for himself. And you look at the lower left-hand side, Mortal Reminder reminds BRU that they are mere mortals against the gods of Cerberus Esports. They are the underdog security guards, I guess.
Yeah,
that's their role, right? Cerberus is the guard dogs. of the
Yes,
underworld.
of Tartarus. Of Tartarus, if I remember.
Wow, okay, thank you for the lecture here. Crazy Apple. You are just proving my point that you are one big nerd.
I played too many strategy games. I'm sorry.
I know. Tartarus. But here, what Cerberus Esports is trying to protect is the top 4 spot. They don't want the top 4 spot, or they don't want the playoff spot to be in contention here. Them denying BRU of this win will really pivot them towards a secured playoff spot. Just looking at the numbers, right? It's far from over, but you look at Valdez. Valdez is going to be targeted away. Gargoyle Stoneplate will be there to present some defenses, but they have burnt already one of the important utilities from Valdez. And so now Cerberus Esports can just target down this Elder Dragon. What the Jess? Is there a miracle player? BMM exhausted but did not matter. Jungler goes down. Thipper already being targeted, and the shockwave is not even doing a thing. Cerberus Esports is still on the chase, on the hunt, and that should do it. CES from Vietnam will eliminate BRU.
Yeah, game 3. The series is taken here by Cerberus Esports. Denies BRU of that higher chance, of that potential to get into the top 4. Now it's BRU trying to figure things out from here in the next couple of games. But today, CES stands strong. CES